This is everything. Here we go.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like
Oh, it's
white people
insufferable.
shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And
Look at her
since you were
face.
talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
I, I love this. Okay, so Sydney Sweeney, be careful, especially if you got one of these. But Sydney Sweeney, I just love her vibe. Now, again, I only know her in the context of her, her presence in the national news cycle. If you remember, she's the one that did the jeans ad, talking about her good genes, and then there was a whole thing about whether she's a white supremacist. And again, Sydney Sweeney, she just brings such, again, I only know her in the context of some of these things, right? And so like that facial expression right there, like it is absolutely everything. Just like, really, are we going there? Look, this reminded me when I ran for office back in 2017 for the 2018 election cycle. There was this group called Arundel Connecting Together, and they basically invited all the candidates to come, and they wanted us to basically swear an oath of allegiance to them. That's really what it amounted to. And so they basically said, you're going to be called up to the stand, and you're expected, we're going to ask you 3 questions, and they're going to be yes or no answers. And the expectation is like, you're going to commit to work with us, or you're going to commit to support our initiatives, things like that. And so everybody got up, and it was like everybody, like most of the candidates that were there, that got up and they asked them the questions, and it was like, yes, yes, yes. And everybody's cheering and everything. And I was the only person. I got up there out of all the candidates and I said, no, no, no. And the crowd was like stunned. I lost the election because of that, by the way. I'd been, even before I ran for office, I was involved in the community, going to the NAACP. And they actually, like the Caucus of African American Leaders, they actually endorsed my white opponent at the time. I don't know what that was, but anyway, they endorsed him, and I asked them, like, what's going on here? Like, I've been involved, I've been having a discussion. Yeah, we don't agree on everything, but at least I'm showing up. And they're like, well, it's because you didn't swear the oath of allegiance. Like, this is what the left does. They want these little rituals that you're supposed to embrace. And I just love the fact that it's okay to say no. Now, I got to tell you, from my perspective, that was like the most miserable night, because I literally sat in my car and I'm like, what in the world? I knew I torpedoed my campaign, but I had to stand, right? And so like Sydney Sweeney kind of doing the same thing. Now, again, she's like a multimillionaire and she's a famous star and everything. I think that it is really, really important for people to feel comfortable confronting this radical leftist agenda and saying, I don't have to play your games. Like, I don't have to answer your dumb questions. I love, look at that face. Look at that face. Like, can't we all be like that? That's great.